Let me know if y'all can hear me. I had it on mute. Waiting on Dr. B to join us. So I want to make sure that I can be heard. Oh, yeah, I think there goes Dr. B in the background. Let's get this thing going. It's 11:11, y'all. Yo, why is Dr. B? Okay, there we go. All right, it's 11:11, y'all. It's portal for a lot of people. 11:11 means something significant to a large portion of the population who are somewhat connected with the spiritual movement. People will notice a pattern with seeing certain numbers on the clock. And yeah, people start to ask questions, and questions start to get answered once you start to ask questions. And it's a special day for a lot of people. And we got to take advantage and milk whatever opportunity we have to tap into the quantum field. I have an amazing individual tonight. I want y'all to get comfortable. Oh, he's putting on a show tonight, and he's at home. He's in LA. You know what I mean? I'm gonna welcome you to the platform on this, and this is not a regular lecture or speaking or interview. Where this is a meditation. This is not just a meditation. This is an 11:11 meditation with the one and only. Welcome to the stage, Doctor B. Sirius.
Good day, good day, good day. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
Good.
You are good to go.
We created a remote setup here out in Los Angeles, and I'm glad to be here, man. This is an amazing time. The gate is now wide open.
Man, I'm telling you. Hey, Dr. B, there's nobody I would want more on this show than for 11:11. Who I did an interview with? I did an interview with Billy the other day, and I'm telling Billy, I said, Billy, I'm gonna put on my conspiracy hat, Billy. I said, I think one of the biggest conspiracies in the New Age movement is the suppression of the importance of sound. And we hear the technical scientific terms like vibration and frequency. All that means is sound, Dr. B. That's all that means is sound. When we hear this word frequency all the time, but frequency is a sound. So let me give you an example. On the piano, let's say A4. I think A4 is 440.
Yes.
I think A4 is 440. That so if somebody scientifically they may say the building is registered at 440 hertz, that's not what a building is, but I'm just saying, or this is 300 or 3,000 hertz or kilohertz, or all that means is that it has a pitch, and if it has a pitch, it has a sound. This is sound. But guess what happens, Dr. B, if you tell the people who are the sound of the universe that everything is sound? They start to wake up and realize, oh shit, I got the juice, I got the power. So there's these scientific terms that we don't realize just who we are because we're using them. But Dr. B, this is all about sound. Sound created the light. And as Billy and every KT and all of them say, sound is light. And tonight is about sound. They call the universe the Big Bang. You know what a bang is? Dr. B, if I go bang, you know what that means, Dr. B? That's a big sound. Dr. B, if I go bang, bang, they're going to say, why is he making that sound? Sound, music, harmony, melody. Welcome, Dr. B. The floor is yours.
You know, they ask you sometimes in court, or they ask your attorney
Yes.
if you're of sound mind and body,
Yeah.
which means, are you vibrating with life? Are you awake?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything in the known universe and omniverse is sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's all frequency. Frequency basically means how frequently something happens.
Yeah.
Frequency is frequently. So, how often do you say, do you do a meditation? How often do you go out in nature? How often do you say things that could be actually cutting you off from what it is you desire? It's the repetition of pleasure or pain that creates the doorway or the gateway to move us towards what we desire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How frequently are you thinking certain thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
You see, The frequency of your thoughts creates words. The frequency of your words creates actions. The frequency of your actions creates your character. So when we're looking at who we are and looking at who we'd like to be, we have to look at frequency.
Mhm.
What is your sound? What do you sound like? What is your tone?
Mhm.
What is your melody? What is your rhythm?
Right. Right.
And today, because of the state that we're in, some people are sounding too much or not sounding enough.
Mhm.
They're attempting to have as much frequency as possible. Like they tell you, you got to post every day. You got to be saying something every day. You got to be posting. You got to go, 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 go. That may not be your rhythm and your sound, but you're doing it because you were told to do it to feed a machine or to feed a system.
Mhm.
So what we've got to do is find our own
Oh,
rhythm
so, yes, sir.
and find our own sound.
Yes.
Now, when we notice certain numbers,
Mhm.
that is like a frequency or a light code that's coming to you to remind you of the rhythmic nature of this dimension or the dimension you're in. And everybody's not in the same dimension. In fact, each person is living in their own dimensions. So some folks will notice 333, and something happens when they see 333. That's their rhythm. That's the code that's coming to them to remind them of who they are. You see, those instances where we're seeing things in the environment. Like my mother, her thing was watch for things in threes. Things happen in threes. If a car goes around the block 3 times, look out because something's going on. If somebody, something happens great, it's going to happen in threes because three creates a melody. Like if you had two musical notes, ding 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 ding, and your whole song was just ding 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 ding, it's not quite a full melody yet. But when you hear frequencies in threes, that creates a melody, that creates a rhythm, that creates a pathway. So when you hear ding 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 ding, you could play those 3 notes all day long. In fact, a lot of songs only really have 3 or 4 notes. In fact, today, some of these songs only got a couple notes and it's just repetition over and over. But it's that melody which creates your path, your gateway, or what they call in some of the Asian traditions, your Tao, your path. So when you notice certain numbers, it's to remind you about your path. But what happens to a lot of people is they begin to follow other people's paths. They get a pathology of following other people and looking at what other people have and not minding their own business. But the nature of the universe is to remind you of your business. And every journey in life starts out in chaos. The beginning of anything is chaos. So chaos sometimes is the mass distraction. You see, there's a lot going on out in the world, and you're trying to follow these traditions and these rhythms of somebody else. So finding your rhythm is important. We're all musicians. We're all artists. We're all very creative. We're all improvising, and there's no real laws or blueprints besides the ones that we create. So today is special because this is all about your rhythm. This is all about, you finding your place in the beginning, because one is the beginning, one is the starter, one is like knowledge to know that you exist. One is like the thing that says, yes, let's go. You see, so today we have 4 ones. So it's let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a big start. And those 4 ones create a 4, which is a square, which is a foundation, which is all about art, culture, freeness, you finding your foundation. So today you are able to create a new foundation and begin something new and be the one. You see? And that's what 1111 is about, at least to me, and the way I look at it. It's a very spiritual or vibrational or energetic time because it's about starting again. It's about starting again. You see, even November, right? November, they say that's a 1 2, right? Isn't that a 1? What is November? Is that the 10th month, 12th month, or the 11th month? You see, it's the 11th month on the Gregorian calendar. So it's about starting new things at this time as we begin to move into winter. Because in winter, that's when you put your seeds away. Right now, it's about harvesting the seeds and the nuts and the fruits from the year. Putting them away, storing them down in your solar plexus, where that light is being stored, where the knowledge is being stored from what we picked up throughout the year. So we allow today to be a gateway. We create the gate. We don't wait on a gate. You don't wait for something to happen. You notice it. You see that's your number 1111. It means go, 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 go. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you called me today to tap into this situation, which some people call spiritual awakening and angel numbers, alignment numbers, light codes, manifestation, different things in different ways. So this is a beautiful time, and I'm glad you called, brother. Are we there?
No, I'm here. I'm here, Dr. B. I'm here. I'm sitting back. I'm getting things ready. I'm waiting for you to go in. I'm happy. It's 11:11. You're very inspirational. I was talking to him earlier. I got an important announcement to make. A quick important announcement. This might be the most important announcement of the year, Dr. B. You ready?
Yes.
I found I've located 3-Eye Atlas.
Really?
They say it turned blue. They say it
Yes.
turned blue, like the blue star Kachina. And I got it right here. You ready for me to show it?
Yes.
This is 3-Eye Atlas' little brother. This
Yes.
is the little brother of 3-Eye Atlas. Let me show you. It's an alien ship. This is 3-Eye Atlas.
Oh
Little
wow, man.
this is 363 Atlas.
Wow, wow. I like that. I like that. I like that, brother. That's beautiful, beautiful,
This is
beautiful.
363 Atlas. I found it. It is in my vicinity. Do not tell NASA. Do not tell NASA. This is I contacted 3-Eye and it sent me 363. It's one of his baby ships. And I'm gonna after Dr. B's finished doing what he's doing, I just got 363 Atlas yesterday. I'm gonna play you a little tune from 363 Atlas. All right. Just want to say that. I made contact. I've made contact. Don't it look
Beautiful.
just like Blue? Don't it look just like an alien ship, Dr.
It,
B?
it
Look
does,
how
man.
just like an alien. Look at it. Look at it. It look
It
just
does.
like an alien ship, man.
It is, man. That's beautiful.
But it's about music, so you know it's going to be very musical. And when I say musical, it's going to be very scientific. It's going to be very quantum. Think of the most advanced word that the quantum physicists use. That's music. So I'm excited. I'm happy. This is a whole new era for us. We're redefining music. We're redefining sound. We're remembering who we are. We're remembering what sound is. We're remembering what music is. The pyramids. How the hell you think they built the pyramids? Sound levitation. And they've been saying that for a long time. Dr. Valentine, Dr. B, Billy Carter, sound. Let's get the sound going, Dr. B.
You see,
The era of sound. Yes.
it's about. See, that's why music was being controlled for so many years because they knew the power of sound. They knew the power of frequency and how the indigenous people use sound in words and language and rhythm and dance and ceremony to keep us in tune with the universe, the cosmos, Mother Earth. That keeps us in tune. You see, so everything comes back to the sound, what it sounds like.
Right.
Those cymatic frequencies that are created from certain sounds, they change water, they change the way the sand on the table looks. But that's happening in our lives. We are made of water.
Yeah.
And water takes the shape, right, of
Mhm.
the thought pattern or the environment around the sound.
Indeed.
So I've got some drums here tonight. I've
It's
You
all the
know,
floor. The floor is yours, Dr. B. We are excited and we are ready for this 1111 meditation activation. I forgot to put that word in the title, meditation active. I'm gonna put it after the show, y'all. But this is a meditation activation, y'all. The time is now, not tomorrow, not next year. The time is right now. So I'm excited. Dr. B, bring us home, our
you know
home
what's
frequency. Yes,
what's
sir.
interesting. I happened to come to Los Angeles for an event that was like a last minute thing, and I said I need to go check out this event.
Yeah.
And while I was at that event, I saw that that Billy Carson was doing Manifest Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
45 minutes from where I was from. Now I didn't know because haven't been online. I've been, I fasted for a couple weeks. I've been offline, basically,
Mm-hmm.
just becoming clearer about what it is that Dr. B comes here to do. And every once in a while, you got to do that.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
I can jump online, and he's doing this event the
Mm-hmm.
next day. So I hit him up. Billy, what's going on? Oh man, Dr. B, man, I'm in California. I said, I am too. He says, where are you? I says, man, I'm at this event 45 minutes away from you. He says, oh man, you should come on down. So, it was Robert Edward Grant, Mike Rashid,
Mm-hmm.
and Billy Carson doing the Manifest Destiny event. And he says, just come by. I just going by to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I get there. And they're like, oh my gosh, Dr. B, you're just in time. You're about to go on. And if you will, I'm about to go on. I'm just here to hang out. And it just lines up. And they said, we need you to, at the end, we need you to close the event. Do
Right.
you have a drum? I just happen to have a drum because I was at this other event.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we begin to, help folks go into that next place with that oneness rhythm that I do.
Yeah.
So today, at the last minute you call. And by the way, that was an amazing event. It was
Excellent.
a lot of people came out, and it was good to see so many people. And people are ready to tap in. The
Mm-hmm.
question is, are you out there listening, ready to tap in? Are you ready to let go? Because it takes letting go
Mm-hmm.
to get into a place of meditation where you're not really thinking, you're not trying to figure anything
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's the cessation of thought.
Yeah.
And music and rhythm, depending on the frequency of it, is going to help do that.
Indeed.
Music tuned to 440 jams your frequency. It's actually distortion. Almost all commercial music, even if it's spiritual music, I couldn't care what it is. If it's tuned to 440, it's jamming your electrical light codes. It's playing with your frequency so that you never reach the highest dimension. So
Mm.
tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to tap into some 432
Mm-hmm.
frequencies, a little bit of 528. And this guided meditation is one where you just relax. It would be best not to have anything in your hands. Don't cross your legs, don't cross your arms. And if you like, you can close your eyes and just focus on what you desire. So I would ask everybody out there right now to focus on one goal, just one. Don't come up with a whole sentence and a whole, dissertation of all the things that you want. It's what is it that you desire? Pick one thing.
Mm.
Because this 1111 gate portal opening frequency code
Mm-hmm.
is one that will take what you have
Mm-hmm.
because of the position that we are in the year. It's about the position. It's not even about the number. It's about the angle that we're on.
Mm.
Will teleport you
Mm.
to the place that you desire. Now, here's the key.
Mm.
While you're focusing, feel as if you're already there.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Don't think and don't try to see it. Feel it in your body as if you're already at the destination. And what we're going to do is we're going to play some things, some sounds that will take you from the place to where you are. You'll feel from the place in creating a dimension where the thing you desire is already happening. Because if you can feel it, you're actually looking into the dimension, you're wave casting into the dimension where your desire is manifest. Be careful because some things are going to slip in. Let them slip. Some things about what's happening and what they say in the news and what's going on in the world. Don't just let it float. It'll float through. So we're just going to make some sounds and just vibe together for a minute. and begin, this process of moving towards our goal. The key is to breathe. This particular time, we're going to breathe in through the nose, and we're going to breathe out through the mouth like we're whistling. So you're going to go inhale and hold your breath, and exhale out through your mouth like you're whistling. Blow it all out, and you hold your breath, and then you inhale in through the nose. Fill your lungs all the way up with air and hold it. And then exhale out through your mouth like you're whistling. You're going to continue that. Feel the vibration. Focus on a goal, one goal, as we step into the 1111 portal. So let's begin. Breathe. Allow yourself space. Feel yourself moving towards your goal. And say, I allow myself to move towards the goal. Say that in your mind. I allow myself to move towards the new goal or objective. Breathe. Now begin to relax. Starting with your feet. Relax your feet, your toes. Relax your ankles. Become totally relaxed with your breathing. Letting go of everything, focusing on your breath while relaxing your legs, your calves, totally relaxed. Your knees, totally relaxed. Breathe deeply. When you inhale, you energize new life. And imagine with exhale, you're releasing all the things you no longer desire. Inhale and energize your new life. Exhale and release all those things that are no longer needed. Relax your thighs, your pelvis, your waist. Very, very relaxed. Breathe deeply, allowing yourself to energize and release. Your stomach and your torso, relax all your muscles. Feel your goal as if it's there now. Your chest and your back. Totally relax. And now we move up to your shoulders. They've been carrying a lot. Heavy load. Relax those shoulders and your back, your spine. Feel your arms. Just let them go. You've been holding on and holding on and holding on, and now allow yourself to just let go. Relax your arms, your wrists, and your fingers. You're becoming more and more relaxed. Remembering what it's like to be nothing, no thing, no one, to be in no time. Just totally relaxed. Now we're moving to your throat, your fifth chakra. That throat is so important because it's your translator. It's what you use to express yourself and speak. Your words, the sounds have been flowing from your throat. We use the throat to refine our power. Let your throat relax where it's saying nothing. Silence is golden. The back of your neck is totally relaxed. And move up to your jaw. Yes, the jaw. Relax the jaw, your cheeks, and your lips, and your face. Hear this ancient rhythm as it calls you to remember the face of the Most High, which is imprinted on your face. Your face is the face of the Prime Creator, manifesting in this avatar. So begin to smile a little bit and be joyful, grateful and thankful that you are here to represent the entire universe. Just a gentle smile changes the frequency of everything. Relax your ears. They've been listening and listening and hearing for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Let them relax. Relax. Relax your eyes, your eyelids, your forehead, your temples. Your temples is the temple at which you pray. Where you meditate is your temple. It's all inside you. Your desire is within your temple. You are the temple, the church, the ashram, the altar. We all are heaven on earth. Breathe. Breathe deeply as we move up to your forehead. Imagining that your first eye, your pineal, is opening. Seeing your desire as a vibration. Clearing any cloudiness around your first eye. Just imagine you're clear. You're clairvoyant. Relax your head, your scalp. The back of your head. Totally relaxed. And now relax the top of your head, your crown. You are the crown. You are the king, the queen, the emperor, the empress, in charge of your journey from opposition to liberation, moving automatically towards your goal. Now take your left hand and tap the top of your head. Gently tap the top of your head. And say, I allow myself to be home inside of myself. I allow myself to move towards my goals. I allow myself to be a winner. I allow myself to say no and to say yes when the time is right. I allow myself to choose and to decide to live from my goals. I am. Say, I am. I am. Everything is in me. It's all up to me as I travel through this 11-11 portal. This 11-11 portal is not just for today. We're creating eternity. Say, I allow myself to create eternity. Say it again. I allow myself to create eternity. Say it again. I allow myself to create eternity. I allow. I allow. I allow. I allow. I allow myself to create. I allow myself to travel in my mind and use my imagination to create my outcome. I am a traveler. I'm a traveler using this avatar as a vehicle temporarily here on Gaia to experience this dimension. I allow myself to do my very best and live the best life possible while I'm here. Breathe. Feel yourself reaching your goal. You are the gold mine. You are the treasure map. It's been there all the time. Deep inside of us, there's a divinity code. Deep down in our mitochondria, there's a divinity code. Now we're going to tap into the heartbeat. Breathe. Exhale, letting go. Inhale and energize. You're totally relaxed. Breathe. Yes. Let it all go. All the cargo, all the beliefs, all the victim vibration. We are in control. Full control. Breathe. Yes, we're there now. We're at our destination. Feel it. Begin to dance. Wave your arms. Clap and celebrate. We are there. The 1111 portal is wide open in each of us. Rejoice. Rejoice. Dance. Dance in your mind. Dance in your eyes. Hear the music and celebrate this time. Say one, one, and clap on the one. One, one, one. Come on, y'all. One. Say it louder. One, one, one. We're all one. There is truly no separation. As we connect today to now and to narrow. One in the oneness. One, 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 one. One. Say it and clap. One, 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 one. You're feeling sensations in your body that you may have not felt before or ever, because now you have regulated your nervous system, your breath, your heart, and your solar plexus and your cranial brain are together in oneness. One rhythm, one sound. As we have reached our goal, our destination, we are the gold mine. We're gold minded, gold minded. Yes, you may feel emotional. Let the emotions flow. Never hold the emotions. Let them flow. If the tears are flowing, in those tears are the dendrites breaking off, the branches and the nerves that were holding on to the old tissue where the issue lies. Let it go. If you're feeling any discomfort in your body, focus your energy there and allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to be. This is celebration time. This is elevation time. Celebration time is elevation time. Say it. Celebration time is elevation time. Continue to breathe. And if you like, you can return to this new dimension that you've created, or move to a different dimension, a different timeline, if that's what you desire. Remember, silence is golden. It's not always time to talk and speak. It is your being that speaks the most. It is the sound of your intentions that speaks the loudest. It is the sound of your heart staying focused on your goals, minding your business while businessing your mind. You are home. You've always been home. Home is not the building. Home is being in your temple, inside. The sacred place called you. Now open your eyes and put your fingertips together like this. Just your fingertips together like this. Make your chin level so the kundalini can flow up and down your spine with no resistance, so that the cerebral spinal fluid can flow with no resistance, so your chin is level. Hold your shoulders back. Keep your fingertips together like this. Eyes open, but focus down. And just hold that for a second. And now close your eyes and remember the best feeling during this whole experience. The best feeling during this 1111 dimensional shift meditation of nowness. Keep your eyes closed, your back is straight, chin is level, and continue to remember the best feeling of this experience. Now open your hands and hold them open like this. Open your eyes and say, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful in advance. I am grateful in advance that my goal has arrived. I am the temple. It's all in me. I have the whole world in my hands. And now let's clap and celebrate. Come on, y'all. Clap and celebrate. Yes. You feel it? How do you feel?
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Wow. Man. Yeah, family. Ah, man. How y'all doing out there on this 11/11? Beautiful meditation. Just to take us away from all of the uh so much stimulation in this world, Dr. B. So much stimulation. Let me ask you something, Dr. B.
Yes.
Somebody like yourself who is into the meditation, who's into the music, you have contact with other dimensions. How do you feel about a world that's overstimulated with what people think is, whether it's information, whether it's people think it's something that they need in their life? It's just so much stimulation. What would Dr. B's advice be to this world? What message would you deliver to this world of overstimulation, my brother?
We have to allow all that stimulation to affect us. And we have to be focused on it. And if you're focused on all the things happening outside of you, then it becomes more challenging to focus on what's inside of you and who you are. Everything is connected to its opposite. So there's always going to be overstimulation. There's always going to be distractions. In the beginning of any new mission, any new project, there's lots of distraction. There's chaos. It comes with it. If you're a rocket and you're attempting to lift off from the gravity of the earth, imagine the amount of force that it takes to pull away from the gravity that's attempting to pull you back down. So in life, there's lots of gravity attempting to pull you down. If you think you're a victim, if you feel like you're a victim, you get upset. You blame the earth. You blame the devil. You blame other people. You blame, which means that you are caught in the gravity. But if you are focused on a goal and you feel as if it's happened, no matter how much pain, no matter how much toil, no matter how many tests you have been through, then you will get there. But you've got to stay focused, because what a lot of us do is we get caught in the system and we start living in entropy. Entropy is when you're not moving, you're not doing anything to change anything. If you're not changing anything, then you're dying. Entropy is when you're at a place and you're complacent and you're sedentary and you're satisfied with scrolling and watching other people's lives and you're not doing anything new. And this is why we have to be careful with AI, because AI will make you almost too comfortable if you allow it. Well, it won't make you, you allow yourself. You see, now using AI as a tool, it's a beautiful tool, just like these drums are tools. Your clothes are tools. Your shoes are tools. But you don't sleep at night with your shoes on. At least I don't know anybody who sleeps with their shoes on. You don't take a shower with all your clothes on. Well, maybe you do. So
Depends on how you drink.
you have to use these things as tools and know when to use them. But if you get too complacent and too lazy, it's like a tree. If a tree doesn't go through its phases and the seasons, it'll die because it's not changing. It's constantly expanding. And this is one of those secrets that every winner has in common. They know that they must keep on moving, keep creating. Every single day, you're focusing on your goal. Don't see it or hear it as if it's happened. Feel it. Feel it as if it's already happened. Feel it. I was with an artist who I helped to get started and produce for many years. His name is DJ Quick. And I haven't really talked to him in many years.
Shout out to DJ Quick.
You know, and I said, Quick, you know, I don't know if the story about your beginnings has ever been told. He said, what do you mean? I said, do you remember when I was attempting to convince you to become an artist? And I took and nurtured you and produced you and helped to teach you and mentor you. He's like, yeah. You taught me everything I know. I said, but the world may not know that. The world may not remember when I was one of the first people in Southern California creating gold and platinum records in the hip hop game. A lot of folks don't know that. This is before the NWAs and all that. I set the scene, even the distribution, you know, marketing, all those things. Me and my company, my partner, Tracy Kendrick, a lot of other people, we were setting the foundation. And I said, Mr. Quick, I think we should set the foundation straight. And we did I have this show called Sirius Vibes, which is about to come out, where I interview artists and musicians, about their lives and what they've been through and how it relates to the world. And it got deep because we were able to tell the real story without any fake, plastic polyester, statement. It was real. And we tapped into that level of metaphysics where we realized that in the beginning, there was a whole lot of resistance. When I told the record company that DJ Quick's first album would go gold on the first single, they said, that's impossible. It's never happened. I said, well, that's why we're going to make it happen. When I negotiated that deal, which was the largest deal ever done in history for a new unknown Black artist, they said, it's impossible. You can't do it. It's not going to happen. I also said, DJ Quick is going to be the first artist, Black, young hip hop artist, to have a billboard on Sunset. DJ Quick had a gold record on his first single. We negotiated the largest deal in history. And he was the first Black young artist to have a billboard on Sunset, where there was very few Black people. And the question was, well, how did you do that, Dr. B? It's because I thought with the end in mind. And when they tell me I can't do something, then I say, well, I got to do it, because you've got to be a revolutionary. You've got to realize that you must be the Renaissance factor. You have it in you, in your temple, to create anything. So I'm always creating something and helping other people and coaching people and guiding people to be more than they think they are, because the biggest limitation you have is that you think too small. It's the biggest problem most folks have. They listen to the news, and the news tells them, you know what I'm saying? The internet tells them who they are. Nowadays, they got AI telling them who they are. How does AI know who you are at the soul level? It just knows what they've printed about you. You see, you have to tap into the real authentic intelligence in yourself by focusing on goal. And that's one of the things that I do and I've always done, whether it's in music, in natural health, in metaphysics, taking folks out of the place. You got to take yourself out of your space, out of your prism, out of your prison, and realize that you are the prime creator existing on the earth in this avatar. See, notice I said that's a new word, the avatar.
Avitator.
See, you got an avatar, right? But then there's an avatar. That means
Woo.
that you are facilitating, you are vibrating, you are actually the thing. You've created something that has never existed. How many of y'all out there right now would like to create something that has never existed? Brother Rich is showing you how to do it. He's done something that's basically impossible. How could he come from the streets of New York with very little and create one of the number one platforms for consciousness that has existed? How does he do it? Because he never sees losing. And even if you fail, even if you fall, you got to get back up. This is one of the things that the wealthy people, the successful people all have in common. They never give up. I have never given up. When they told me in school that I was unteachable, I said, good, then I can leave school. There's nothing for me to learn here. When they said that I was autistic, but they didn't call it that. They called it retarded or special back in the 60s. I said, well, great. Then that means since I can't do what y'all want me to do, I can do what I want to do. You see, when I failed algebra, I call that free. I'm free. I don't have to go back to algebra because I couldn't figure out how I was going to deal with these unknown numbers. I'd rather deal with the part of myself that can know where I'm going. You must be ready to move through opposition and realize that everything starts in chaos and it's tough at first. And you got to stop looking at who's stopping you, the enemy, the hidden hand, the black coats. Somebody told me one day, said, man, these chemtrails are killing us. I said, they're killing you. They ain't killing me. I'll breathe a chemtrail in and transmute and transform that into new life. You got to be like in Doom when the lady was drinking the poisoned water. It didn't kill her. She took that and used it as fertilizer. You got to take the problems in your life and begin to transform them and realize that this is just a test and realize that every good thing is connected to its opposite. You know, I'm actually doing a free class on Saturday over at, go to elevationtime.com, elevationtime.com. What every winner has in common. Every winner has something in common. And I'll be giving that to everyone this Saturday. And, you know, in this time, we've got to be creators because they got people on Snap. They're talking about they took away Snap. People have snapped because they believe the hype. They're being told how to feel. They're being told how to walk, how to talk, what's normal. They're being told that your government is shut down. What they're telling you is your government, your internal governor, is being shut down. They're taking away your rights because you allowed them to take away your rights, and you have replaced those rights with wrongs. You are the government. You can't allow them to make you snap. Why would they call it snap? And people are, you know, triggered. It's like Pavlov's dog. They hear snapped. Oh my God, you heard what's going on? You know, I went to the airport the other day, Brother Rich. And I said, yeah, I got to go. And they said, man, Dr. B, you can't go, man. The airport is crazy, man. And I saw that, you know, at the Atlanta airport, man, they got the line is like a half a mile long. It's wrapped around the building. Oh my God, people are fighting. There's no TSA. I got to the airport. And for the first time, there was no traffic. I walked in the airport up to the TSA and check this out, how deep this is. I pictured that there would be no line. I felt it. I created no line. And I created and stepped into a dimension, and there was only 10 people. I have never, ever flown anywhere where there was only 10 people in line in front of me waiting to go through TSA. It took me about 4 minutes. Now check this out. You know how you get to TSA? You got to take off your pants, take off your belt and your shoes, and you know what I'm saying. You got to get patted down, pull out your computer and your iPad and any batteries. They told me just go through. I said, well, what about They says no. Leave your shoes on, your belt. What about my computer and my bag? Put everything in there, and everything just went through. In 15 minutes, I was at the plane. There was no resistance because I didn't allow resistance. And once you realize that you're multidimensional, you realize that there's 144 dimensions. Even modern science says there's 11. So that means there's 11 versions of everything. There's 11 versions of you. Tonight, what you've experienced is another version. Some of you feel it because we've guided you through sound and frequency where you have been a part of the creation of all things. You are the creator. What did I call it? The avatator. You are agitating and creating your avatar, and it's changeable. So I'd like all of y'all this Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard, no, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to go to, elevationtime.com and get on the email list at elevationtime.com. And we're going to talk about what every winner has in common. And there'll be no more excuses. But one of the things that all winners do is they look in the environment and notice the codes. They see 333, they know what that means. Study what that means. Don't ask somebody else. Ask yourself, what does that mean to me?
Right.
Don't ask Google what it means. If you keep seeing it, you can place your own intention. Well, that means go. What does 111 mean? What does 1111 mean to you?
Mm-hmm.
So that is where we become total creators. It's amazing that you called me today, brother. It's an honor to always come on, and this is the first time we've done this. This is a different thing, and like I say, after this weekend hanging out with Robert Edward Grant, Mike Rashid, and brother Billy, it's this whole thing has changed, but every story is the same. How 2025 kicked almost everybody's ass, except you, Brother Rich. I've never heard you say that the year messed with you. I think you gained.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good because that's because you're wearing those emerald tablet jewelry pieces, and you know what I'm saying? So a lot of us have been through the challenge, and just keep in mind, everything is connected to its opposite. And if you're ready to win, then there are things that you need to employ as we move into 2026, which is the year of the winner. Are you ready?
I like that. I want everybody to make sure y'all sign up this Saturday to Dr. B's class. I think that I like that. I just like that everybody's a winner. I like the direction you're going with that. And I want to, Dr. B, like I said in the beginning, and I want to say this, and I've been stressing this the last 1 or 2 years. Our connection with the quantum field, I feel as though a lot of our community's connection is an intellectual one.
Yes.
That's not a good connection. That is very weak Wi-Fi signal. That's a signal where the person on the other line could barely hear what you're saying. It's a lot of static. And we need to have more of an emotional connection with the quantum field, with the ethers. And that's when we get the results. That's when we get exactly what we're looking for. And I feel as though music, when we start thinking about the word, there's nothing wrong with saying the word frequency, but we need to be bilingual. We need to talk science and music at the same time because they're saying the same thing. So we need to be bilingual. When we think about frequency and vibration, we need to think about pitch in a note as well. We need to think about, well, if that's the frequency, cycles per second, that is oscillating back and forth, what pitch is that making? What sound is that making? Because there's something every object, like let me show you this, Dr. B. There's something objects have called a resonant frequency. So the sisters was known, they are the original avatars on this planet, the sisters, right? They're known for hitting certain pitches that this breaks. This breaks. They can reach the resonant pitch, the resonant frequency of a glass. Maybe not this glass, but let's say like a thinner glass, and that glass will shatter or break. Well, you can reach the resonant frequency of your cells and cure cancer. They did it before. What do you think the sound of bees do? There's certain sounds that cure, and there's certain sounds that kill as well. Unfortunately, we've been on the latter part of that spectrum. But I want to real quick, Dr. B, I want to I know you in LA. 3 Eye Atlas little brother 363 Atlas wants to say something real quick. And I want to, in the spirit of Dr. B, when I seen this, this is 363 Atlas. This is the baby spaceship that got dropped off by 3 Eye Atlas. I contacted it and it dropped it off. This is Blue, the Blue Kachina. This is baby Blue Kachina.
Yes.
This is baby Blue Kachina. But I want to play a little something. I got it the other day, and I'm gonna start getting down with my brother Dr. B with the music, and I want to play a little something. I ain't using my fingers just yet. I got the mallets, but I want to play a little something for the family. Let me put my microphone. And Dr. B, as I'm playing, if within 15 seconds you could just give me that, that little clap to go along with it. Just like a little. You'll understand it once I get in the groove. You'll understand it, and you can just go along. And but this is 363 Atlas family. But this is called a handpan. Handpan. I invested in it, so I want to. Can you hear that, Dr. B?
I can hear it. I'm gonna play along with you.
But music is beautiful, Dr. B. Dr. B, we gotta figure out the name of the band. What's the name of the band, Dr. B?
Avatator.
The Avatar. 363 Atlas, y'all. Give a hand for 363 Atlas. Woo, that boy good.
Hey man, that's the first time we've actually played together, man. We've done a live spiritual avitation jam session.
Oh man,
on 11/11.
That was fun, Dr. B. That was real fun. I guess I'll take a couple of questions on this 11/11. Let me put my mic back up on the Buddha stand. If you got a couple of questions before we get out here, I don't want to keep Dr. B too late. But the brother got the class on Saturday, and if you got a couple of questions, you could put it in the chat before we get out of here, family. But we don't for a second take it for granted the times you are living in. These are times that were prayed for decades upon decades upon decades. The only reason why we don't know what's upon us is because of the consistent distractions that are going on around us.
You see?
And I advise you to find something, whatever it is, that allows you to tap into that quantum field, to the ethers, and tap in with that family. There's different things. Like I've been using the cigars lately. People have different things. Some people just go into the darkness. But definitely figure out, you know, how to tap into to the ethers, man, because it's some beautiful things going on. But let me see if there's any questions in the chat, and I will ask the questions. But yeah, that was fun, y'all. That was fun. That was fun with Dr. B. The sounds. I got 363 Atlas about 2 days ago. I went there was like a gem show here in Georgia, and it was dope. It was dope. It was dope. So let's see what's going on. I like the color too, the blue. What? Ooh. Okay, somebody said, who do we contact if we didn't get our cigars? Hit me up, email me at rich. Let me type the email. Rich and Merit at yahoo.com. All right. You can email me right there. I'll take a look and see what's going on. Make sure the address is right and see what's going on my end. And I'll take care of you. Okay. Marshley88. Yeah, I see somebody else said, yeah. Email me. I don't know when you donated, but yeah, hit me up. There's been orders going out every day. So just let me know. Anybody who got that question, the email, once again, Rich and Merit, hit up that email. Anybody who got a similar question. Yeah, I'm still taking orders. I'm gonna put the address up right now. In the meantime, what's the best time to meditate, Dr. B?
The best time to meditate is whenever you feel it. There is no one time that is the best time. Now, some people say they like to do it when the sun is rising. Some do it at sunset, but you got to find your rhythm. What's best for you? Now, if you stay in a state of meditation, which I also call idetation, then you're doing it all the time. You're always focusing on your goal. Something my grandmother, and by the way, I'll be coming back on soon, hopefully, Brother Rich, because I finally finished my book. Remember all these years I've been talking about my book?
Yeah.
And the book is deep and it's amazing, bro. It'll be out soon. Hope my highest choice is before the beginning of the year, so be listening for it. Go to elevationtime.com and get on the email list so you can be alerted about the new book that's going to be amazing. But something my grandmother said, she said, never leave home without a prayer. Never leave home without a meditation. So if you set your intention for the day, now remember, you may set an intention or a goal and it's going to receive resistance to test you to see if you really desire it. But you stay focused on the goal no matter what. That alone is a meditation, a meditation. Me means miracle. M-E means miracle. So you are becoming the crystallized imagination of what you desire, and you live in meditation. You become the meditation. Never leave home without a goal, without a meditation, without a telos. Now you don't have to stop at a certain time. But if you would like to create a certain time that you meditate, like sundown, sunup, full moon, new moon, that's great. But my thing is, I can't keep time like that because I'm a timekeeper. So Dr. B's flow is always meditate before you leave the house, before you wake up, when you're bathing, you sitting on the toilet, releasing. That becomes a meditation.
Excellent. Um, let's get to another question. Somebody said, what's next on this journey for collective uniting?
That's a question for me.
Yeah.
We're doing it right now. It just happened.
Mm. Beautiful.
There's no next.
Mm.
Take next. Say,
Beautiful.
I allow myself to be in collective uniting. I am collectively uniting right now. Everything, put it in now. There is no future. That was the biggest scam of all, to get you focused on something that you can't totally control the future or the past, but you can be in full awareness of now. And whatever you'd like for the future, this uniting has to be unity in the oneness of you. So we just created unity here live with Brother Radiohead Rich.
Mm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get to this next question. Are there musical frequencies that kill parasites, and are there some that make them multiply?
There are musical frequencies that kill parasites, but some of them would have to be so loud and so strong that it might take you out. There are tones and frequencies which could jam some of their frequencies. And I know you've heard about this technology and stuff where you can use sound to destroy parasites. You can, but those same frequencies could explode your cells too.
Like,
You see what
like
I'm saying?
chemo. Like chemo.
Like chemo. So people want to play with these devices. They buy these little things. Now, for certain viruses, possibly. But what sound really is doing is changing your vibration so that you are more in attunement, right? You're foretuning, moving towards the thing that you're tuned up for, to get to the place where you can dissolve, resolve, and let go of your parasites. Most of the things that you hear about parasites are not true. I am a specialist. In fact, the parasites are the ones that's telling you use frequency, use sound, use cloves, use wormwood, use black walnut. I'm telling you, when you understand how intelligent these 2.5 billion year old creatures are, and keep in mind, some of them are, alien technology, like the toxoplasma that's in most people's heads. You're not going to get rid of it using your regular herbs and all those things. So that's why we created at Elevation Time that elevated total body program, because it uses certain sacred, special, rare herbs. We're using M force, or what they call a monoatomic elements. We're using crystals. We're using flower essences. We're using light, and we're using sound over a 28-day period, because these superbugs, which is the ones that are considered systemic parasites, they're controlling most of your activities. Even when you go to kill them, you're not killing them, you're killing the weak ones, making the strong ones stronger. So no, sound itself will not do it, but there is frequencies that can, but it would hurt you too. So, these things are trendy and tricky, and it sounds great. I am a specialist at dealing with mental, physical, spiritual, and energetic parasites.
All right. All right. Let's get to another question. Uh Somebody said, "Can you speak more on not having a big enough vision? I know I'm a powerful manifester about how much I make happen, but always wish I dreamed bigger."
The problem is you're dreaming bigger. You dream too big. Dreaming is just a space that you go to that represents a different dimension. So you've got to dream awake. You have to create a focus. And I'm going to talk about that on Saturday. How to create a word sound frequency, a cymatic frequency, a rhythm that moves you towards this desired goal. You see, dreaming is another thing that's tricky. You see, we've got to actually state it. We've got to state what is. It's got to be something that we create that's happening now. And it's true, the biggest problem we have is we think too small. The biggest issue that most people I deal with, they think too small. I have a disease. I don't have enough love. I don't have enough. This is a sound frequency of, we're in Babel. We're babbling on and on and on. Babylon. You see, where the language got twisted because of the forked tongue. You see, the reptilian forked tongue gets you to speak things and you don't even know what you're saying. There are sacred words and sounds that are not ancient. You always talk about the ancient. You can't do what the ancient people did because you don't have the ancient water, the ancient air. You see, everything has changed. There is something happening inside of us right now called the divinity code. The divinity code. You've got to know how to tap into that. So winners are able to tap into that. So we're going to be talking about that. And, you know, Billy Carson and I are actually putting something together called the divinity codes. So be watching out for that. But there is a divine frequency in each of us that takes you out of dream. It takes you into an altered state. And in that state, everything exists. It's possible. But let's stop so much dreaming. And I'm going to show you one thing, one habit on Saturday that everybody was trained to do that actually keeps you from ever getting to your goal. Yeah, Saturday, somebody's saying, what's going on? I'm doing a class, a free workshop on Saturday, this Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go to my link tree, which is here probably, or no, maybe it's not here. We're not on my site, but you can go to elevationtime.com. You'll see the event. And it's called What Every Winner Has in Common. Or you can just go to YouTube and type in Doctah Be Sirius. In fact, you know, subscribe, you know, so that you can get the message about what's happening. But there are things that the most powerful people have and do every day. And it's a sacred rhythm, a frequency. That's why we're talking about music and frequency. You've got to create a frequency. And no matter what happens, you move back to the frequency. Even if you go through hell, right? You go through hell, you use hell as fertilizer, right? And now you get back on course because it's about you staying, you know, present and repeating, rinse and repeat, no matter what.
All right. All right. This is a good Q&A. Let's get to who do we have next? All right, shout out to Ascendant Infinite Goddess. She says, what are your thoughts on the Northern Lights being so visible in different parts of the states? It used to be so rare.
Well, it's only rare during this time that we know. The Aurora Borealis used to be all around the planet at one time. That has to do with the way light is hitting the atmosphere. Those are light codes. So this thing that we're now all existing in, what we're seeing with storms and all this has happened many times. We were not around at the times when they happened before. There's a whole 26,000 year calendar. When you really tap into the 26,000 year calendar called the Sidereal Day or the Great Day, you realize that, whoa, we are only knowing a very piece of existence. So there was the time of Tartaria, which, you know, Brother Rich, you're tapping into that. You know, there was a time where we couldn't live without radionics. Your body cannot even live without, your body is radionics. It's using frequency, light, and it's using salt and water, and it's using all of the energy to create the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights, check this out, are a representative of the light codes in your head. And the people who are able, check it out, to tap into the Northern Lights, realize that 9 ether hair, leaving your hair in its natural coil, even if it's short, doesn't make any difference. When you have your hair in its natural coil, you're not using plastic in your body, plastic on your body. You know, all the makeup and the fake up is to get people from tapping into the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights is the frequency that people are beginning to see that we all emit. That's biophotons.
Right.
Those biophotons, those light frequencies, we're all, you know, we're transmitting them and we're taking them in. But the biggest problem, I keep saying it, a lot of folks can't do it because they're toxic. It's the fungus, it's the parasites and the microplastics, and not just the microplastics, man. It's the biofilm that fungus and parasites use to hide themselves and protect themselves from most of the things you use. So we got to clean up. This is the time to detoxify. And I tell folks, if you don't do it now, I'm talking about at a deep systemic level, don't worry. just you'll be all right. Some folks just they're not going to get it because they want to get it cheap, they want to get it easy, and they want to be able to push a button and get an app of spirituality. Imagine the spirituality app. You push a button and it just starts singing and Om comes out of it. Yeah, those are all symbols. They're all tools, but symbols.
Right. You know what I've been eating, consuming every day? I was talking to my brother, Mr. G, and I was asking him a couple of questions, and he was telling me about eating papaya seeds. I forgot what I might have asked him about. I forgot what I asked him about digesting the food, but I forgot exactly what I asked him about. What can you tell me about the papaya seeds? Because I know Dr. Sabi talked about that as well, Dr. B.
Well, the papaya seeds, especially if you're getting them in their organic, the flesh and the seeds, and those have something called pampain, and that pampain is a digestive enzyme. Enzymes do work and they break things down. So enzymes are needed to digest what we have. They actually support the microbiome, the friendly bacteria. So there's things like that. There's in fact, a lot of seeds have a something called amygdalin. Amygdalin is actually a type of the toxin that it attracts what you call cancer,
right,
and destroys it from inside out. But you can't eat a lot of seeds. It's a certain amount of seeds that you eat, like the apricot seeds.
Right.
They attract, because when they check for cancer, right? What do? They fill you with sugar. And where the sugar's at begins to glow under the, under the PET scan or whatever it is, right? Because you can see where the activity is, because that's what these cancers eat is sugar. Now, I'm gonna show you one other thing. How much sugar do we consume as people? We want everything sugared down. We want everything sweet. It is the bitter. It is the struggle. It's the challenge. It's not the sweetness. It's not the easy app. It's not just pushing a button. It's actually going through the challenge. So those bitter seeds, they help you digest the things that you no longer desire. Papaya is amazing.
All right. Let's get to the next question. Shout out to New Diamond. She says, can you talk about healing the neurons in the body?
Well, there's a thing called neuroplasticity, which is the way your neurons, your nerves, and your electrical system, which is kind of like the internet of the body. We deal a lot with all this distraction, all this energy. It causes dysregulation of the nervous system. In fact, the tree of life that's mentioned a lot of times in a lot of these sacred situations is the tree of life of your nerves. Because if you take your nervous system out along with your brain is like a seed, and out of the seed is coming the actual nerves. That's the tree of life. So when we get into a sacred space, when we use sound and frequency and we get out of the mainstream, we stop focusing so much on the blue light from these devices and take a break from that, tap into the earth, tap into the soil, go out into the nighttime naked, under the stars if you can. Don't get arrested now. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't want you naked out there, because you could tap into the universe. Like people do a lot of stars, sun gazing. And I say, well, I used to do sun gazing, but I now do something called stargazing, because my beings, I'm from Sirius. That's what's channeling through me. Each of us is channeling certain star energies. So being out in the stars and having your naked body and your naked feet on the ground, it helps to regulate your nervous system. So through neuroplasticity, you can actually change and shape your nervous system. But imagine how much stuff is going on now with all these devices and divisiveness and all this stuff on the news. It keeps coming and coming, and it's causing your nervous system to be dysregulated. And you believe in stuff. This is one of the biggest problems. We believe in some things that we don't understand. We get caught up in belief. You heard what they're doing. I don't care what they're doing. What are you doing? Well, they're out to destroy us. Nature will destroy you. You go out too far out in the woods with no food and no water. What, nature's bad? Do you see there's prickers of the most beautiful flowers like roses got thorns. Beautiful things come with thorns. You got to be ready to deal with that opposition. That opposition comes with greatness. You see? So, yes, we've got to get out in nature more and eat foods that help to regulate the nervous system. A great product that I created to help regulate the nervous system is called Heaven on Earth. Because my mother, she was dealing with the symptoms of MS. And, her nervous system was like, it was the myelin sheath was going through all those, challenges. And I created that product, Heaven on Earth. Now folks take Heaven on Earth because they just want to be relaxed, but not go to sleep, but be able to deal with the onslaught of drama. And here's another thing. Did you know without iron, you can't do anything with healing? Nothing truly works without iron. You will not have courage. You will not be strong. You will not ever make it totally to your highest crest without having nascent iron. Iron is essential. So I created a product called Iron Essential, which has the right type of iron. And here's the problem with most iron, even herbal irons. Very few of them have copper. You need copper and boron to get the iron to be activated in electrical potentials at the right level, potentialized at the right level to actually animate your avatar to the highest level. Iron is essential. Iron is essential, and we just don't get enough of it in North America. And most of the iron pills people are taking, you just pee them out. They're expensive urine.
Wow. Let's get to this next question, Dr. B. Great question and answer. Black Ace says, what is the so-called junk DNA some say we don't use in our bodies? You talked about this on one of the first shows you did on the channel, Dr. B. But yeah, what is this junk DNA?
Well, it was junk DNA because they realized that if you begin to use it, you'd wake up from the deep sleep. So the junk DNA is DNA that the scientists didn't understand, so they said it's trash. So 90% of your DNA was considered junk DNA, but it is the DNA that is waiting for you to turn it on, waiting for you to activate it. Junk DNA is activated by you. Most of your things that you deal with in your life physically that you may think you got from your parents don't come from their parents. They come from epigenetic influction or influction. There's a new word. Vibrations from the environment causes the genes to unfold. So if you are focusing, like today, we actually turned on some of the junk DNA that was just sitting there and activated it and turned it into the gold mine. You can actually turn your genes off and on, just like you put pants off and on. Junk DNA is an open palette. It's like a hard drive waiting for you to activate it. And it is something that is so simple and so easy that most people forget after the age of 7. They just forget how to do it. So that's some of the things that we're doing at Elevation Time, is helping people activate what was called junk DNA and realize that that is your treasure chest.
Beautiful. And I remember us having this conversation, and one of the things that activated is the power of our emotions. And Greg Braden talks about that a lot. And this is why there's such a battle for our emotions with the media, their main weapon of choice. So once again, this is why the music is so important. Allow us to have the emotional connection we want, family, with this with the ethers. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, Doc, when you know that our DNA it's like the genie in the bottle. It's like Aladdin. It's like, what is your wish? We got, instead of 3 wishes, we got unlimited wishes, Doc.
Your genes are your genies.
Yeah.
That story was about you, about the genie on the carpet. Your genes, and that carpet is DNA on its side. The carpet. I talk about that in my book that's coming out, about the carpet and what that means, and how the genie is in the bottle, which is the body. And you tell the genie each day what it is you desire by what you're saying, by what you're thinking, by how you're acting. You're programming your genie to give you more of that. And then the vapor pops out when the bottle opens, and that vapor is the mystical vapor that is able to create any idea and physically manifest what you desire by having proper thinking. But proper thinking actually comes from the feeling. That's a whole deep thing. when you realize that these successful people have something in common that they do, I've met a lot of wealthy people. I've actually helped to make a lot of folks be wealthy. I've been, in and out of wealth all my life. You're a wealthy man, Brother Rich, and we hang out with wealthy people, but there's something that we all do. And that has to do with telling your genes every day, your genies every day, who you are, having a goal, not leaving home without a prayer or a meditation, and moving away from opposition that's going to pull you. It's going to be there. It's part of the system. Folks are going to be haters. Haters are good for you. Haters just let you know what you don't want to be and how to move away from them. Gossipers, people gossip. That's why you got to mind your business. And a lot of people, you got to realize that their whole thing is they take what you say and they embellish it. You know what I'm saying? It's a really it's a really deep thing, and they're nosy. Most people are nosy, and they're newsy. They don't only want to know what you got going on; they want to go tell other people their vision of what you got going on. So silence becomes golden. We're gonna talk about that on Saturday. And this, make sure you're at the class on Saturday. It's free, and you're gonna learn a lot of things Saturday morning. What every winner has in common, they all meditate in a very special way. Even if they're focused, their meditation is taking your stuff. You might say, well, that's wrong. But that's what parasites do. Mosquitoes meditate on drinking your blood. They're not bad. That's what they do. If you're an eagle, you hanging out with pigeons, that's up to you. That you want to hang out with pigeons. You're trying to convince the pigeons to be eagles. It ain't gonna happen.
Right. Indeed. Wow, there's some good stuff. I feel as though, as a musician, I could, and I don't want to keep you. I keep saying I don't want to keep you on too long, and then I end up keeping you on 15 more minutes.
See?
But Doc, just analyzing this thing we call music. One of the instruments, each song has different instruments in it. One instrument that, a person notices immediately if it's missing is the bass. Yes. There could be, I gotta have a track. The piano might not be there, but I got trumpets, I got the flute, I got some strings, and that bass is holding it all together. I could live with it. We could like take instruments out, but if the track doesn't have the bass, it almost feels naked, and we're like, we don't feel it. We're like, well, where's the bass? You got to put the bass in there. And if it's as above, so below, and we're in and out the quantum field, do you think that the more bass we have in our voice, the more we're effective we are at relaying our message to the quantum field? Since bass affects us, do you think the bass in our voice has an impact on how we manifest in the quantum field, Dr. B?
You hit on something. I know I was about to hang up and be done, but you went to a very special place. Space is the final frontier. Space has bass in it. The lowest frequencies there are the frequencies of the universe. The lowest frequency on the earth, check this out, is the vibration of the earth. It's somewhere around 7 hertz, 7 cycles per second. The lowest frequency is what you stand on. Mm-hmm. So somebody got you thinking that being good and being positive and mystical and deep and conscious was having a high vibration. Mm-hmm. Whoo, Dick Gregory told me years ago, he says the government program. He says the whole conscious movement was created during COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence programs of the 60s. He says they created what you call the conscious movement then. Mm-hmm. The focus. Hold on.
Take your time, Doc. Take your time.
Whoa, this is deep. Yeah. They don't want you to know that Egypt is right here. They don't want you to know that King Tut was found in the Grand Canyon. They keep focusing over there. Over there. That's where life began. How the newest people who just got here are going to tell you where you came from?
Mm.
So a lot of the definitions that we have for things limit us from being in the fullness of who we are.
Mm.
Without base, you don't have an earth. You have nothing to stand on.
Mm.
So like you say, in music with no bass, the rhythm is gone. You need to be able to feel that bass through your bones, because the lower the bass is, you're not hearing it with your ears, you're hearing it with your bones.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
any of the records that I've made in the past, they all had a special type of bass. I used special equipment, special compressors and frequencies on the bass. I just didn't turn up the bass like they do today. There's certain ways to formulate the bass and create a perfect waveform, right? Which I don't hear no more. I don't hear the kind of bass that we were using back in the day in records. They might use an 808 and all that, but that's not the frequency of the original 808. Once you understand the base, which is the foundation, you elevate everything from the foundation. That's why my company is called the Elevation Foundation for Abundant Life. Once you realize where the bottom is, then you can put the top on it. Even in the finest perfumes, they start with a bass note. They start with funk. They start with something that don't smell too good, and they build the high notes on top of it. When you start talking about this high vibration, my ear is just like, where did they get this from? It's not about having a high vibration. High vibration is not good, because of some very disagreeable people and beings and things that use a high vibration, which has to do with high frequency, like these commercials that keep coming at you with a certain frequency every 7 seconds. They're dropping code. That's a high vibration. The most disagreeable people in the world have a high vibration. That means they keep doing what they're doing a lot. They speak loud. They're always talking. That's a high vibration. Sometimes you need a low vibration. It's slow. The wave is real slow. Did you know that you could be going to a party? I remember being in Jamaica. And this is way up the beach, miles up the beach. You could hear the low frequency. It's vibrating through the earth. Outside the club, we used to go be waiting outside the club. We could hear the bass, because bass frequencies travel further and penetrate deeper than high frequencies. When you are in your base original id self, being your natural self, without all the polyvinyl personality that people got today and all the bravado and the fake up, you are based in foundation in realness. Your foundation is real. That's low vibration. So it's not about having a high vibration or a low vibration. It's being able to be balanced and create homeostasis. Homeostasis. You said it earlier. All this knowledge and information that people get, what can you do with it? You can know all about all this stuff and can't do nothing with it. You got to find a foundation. You got to find a base. You got to find a rhythm that can travel through miles, so that when you walk into a room, there's a frequency coming from your bones that you send out. Like the elephants, they vibrate. They vibrate through their big bones, and they make a real deep sound. And they communicate with all the elephants. You see, the high vibrations don't travel very far. So the hi-hat, I couldn't hear that outside the club. I can't hear that down the beach. I can hear the bass, because the bass is the base of everything. But somebody got you hating your mama. This is where the term the mother effers come from. Because you don't like your mother, because your mother she's the deepest bass note. She is the low frequency. She is the foundation you stand on. But somebody got you hating your mama, hating the mother vibration, even in drums. Do you know the biggest drums are the feminine drums? The high drums, like this, is a male drum. This is the mother drum. It's the low vibration, the bass, that lets you know what you're standing on. We got to get out of this. Oh, he's got a very low vibration. He's negative. Negative don't even mean what you think it means. They got the words all mixed up so that you begin to scramble your own brain like eggs. So what we're teaching at Elevation is how for people to begin to guide themselves using sound and frequencies, because that's my thing, music and sound and language. Your base is your mother. You come from the base. Be rooted in base. Yes, speaking with a lower tone can help you, but sometimes speaking in a higher tone is important, but it's the melody. So usually when I'm speaking, you hear me going in a melody and using a tone that lulls you into a place where you feel okay. So bass, the low vibration, is the most important one. So be careful what you say, because you're creating something that you don't even understand. That is a government program to think that consciousness is all about a high vibration. And most of the people that got this high vibration are fake. They ain't in it for real. Well, Dr. B, you don't seem to be as conscious in everybody as there. What? How could you judge how conscious I am? In fact, I'm pretty unconscious. I'm feeling life. I'm not thinking about life. I'm not creating. I'm feeling. Get into feeling. Feel it as if it's already happened, and you will be extremely powerful.
Beautiful. Dr. B, I want to share this with you also before you get out of here. Let me just show you something real quick. The theme of the show was music, meditation, sound, frequency, vibration, bass. We threw bass in there. Check this out. So they be having, I remember Bobby Hemming used to say they have conferences about melanin every year, and we don't know about it, but they have conferences in Europe and all that every year studying melanin, and we would never know. We just would never know. But I was on, this just popped up on my computer, and I watched this video, interesting video. This guy here, his name is Language Jones, and he has a video, his Black American speech becoming tonal. And it got 613,000 views in 2 weeks ago. And there's conversations taking place on Reddit, on forums, all over. And this is about the third video I've seen this year and last year, third or fourth, about how advanced Black American speeches. And I remember, I just brought up Bobby. I remember Bobby Hemmett saying years ago, it's probably 2001. He said, listen, he said, the only reason they don't think Ebonics is advanced is because you came up with it. If you did not come up with it, they would think that's some of the most advanced shit on the planet. He said, this is how they get you to have an inferiority complex. And this is why you don't see anything you create as advanced or superior. So they was talking about how it's becoming tonal. It's been tonal. Bernie Mac did a whole skit. For those who don't know what tonal is you could have one word, and Bernie Mac used the word mother effer. And Bernie Mac and Kings of Comedy, he did a skit about the different ways to say mother effer, and the different ways we say it means something different. And you could say like, y'all know what I'm saying. I don't want to get a strike or whatever by saying motherfucker too much, but y'all know the different ways we use that word. And we be like motherfucker, or was it motherfucker? Was it that word? Family, was it mother effer? Was that the word Bernie Mac used in his skit? I think it was that word.
Here's the thing. Our language, that we naturally speak, comes from soul. The key here is to make folks let go of soul. Take soul music, which was jazz and R&B and gospel and all of that, and divide it up and call it rhythm and blues. Where'd that come from? It was all soul music. Soul music is music that creates light in your solar plexus and moves the kundalini up and down your spine. That's soul music. When they took rap, which was the revolution of African people, as far as I remember, and turned it into hip hop, they changed it. Nothing wrong with hip hop. I'm saying, but then when you had hip hop, everybody could do it. All different cultures. And he's a good rapper, even though he's from Europe. You know what I'm saying? So it's about getting back to the soul. Be black. Have bass. You know what I'm saying? You need all your frequencies. There's times you need to be able to cuss somebody out. There's times you need to be able to be, so you can move through the world, right? And know where you are and be able to navigate from what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Our soul, our melanin is black. Melanin is a low vibration that creates all vibration. And I'm gonna finish with this. The first musical note used to be called ura or ora. It was a black note that had all music coming from it. It was feminine. So the scale used to be ura, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sacred scale. They took ura, the black woman, the bass, and turned her into dough, something that could be molded. But in Latin, dough means money. They turned the woman into money, the booty. Ah!
Mm.
Remember the night of the booty snatchers. It's about snatching the booty, which was the money, which was the bounty, which was the feminine. And once you begin to cut out the feminine nature and make it all masculine, high notes, high frequencies, then you can control the world. It is about the women awakening and the feminine in each of us awakening at this time to begin to change everything. As long as they keep the woman blind, deaf, and dumb, and keep the men blind, deaf, and dumb, chasing the blind, deaf, and dumb woman, we're done. Because the base, the foundation is about woman. Ura, the aura, the creator of all things is feminine. Get the book When God Was a Woman. I'm going to see y'all Saturday. Make sure you're there over at elevationtime.com. Go to the website. Get yourself a parasite cleanse. Get that elevated parasite cleanse, the elevated total body program to get rid of your parasites, because it is toxoplasma and a couple other superbugs that's controlling your mind and causing you to be in lack, limitation, not enoughness, and living like a victim. And you got to keep mentioning the enemy every time you talk, but that enemy is what's in you. And also, I got some really great music over at elevationtime.com. Go check out the medicine music and check out the bass. Check out what it does, because it takes you on a journey from where you are to where you desire. Brother Rich, this is great. Man, much love to you and your family. I'm grateful. We're all grateful that you're doing what you're doing. And on this 1111 vibration, we've created a spaceship. We are the ancient ones living right now. It's all inside of us.
Indeed. Indeed. Dr. B, thank you so much for coming on, my brother. I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, brother. Travel light. You don't need all that luggage.
Indeed. Peace, my brother.
Peace.
All right. Shout out to Dr. B. We about to wrap it up. Wonderful show today on with the meditation and just the conversation on music. And I told y'all, like the show I did last week with Billy, that I'm gonna be talking about that much more. I've been approaching it from a scientific. I wish I had the book I was reading. I got a real good book, y'all. They sell it in a store in Atlanta. I don't even think they have it in Amazon or something. Like, I'm looking to see if I have it in front of me. I don't even have it in front of me. But I'm gonna show it next show. Is it there? No. Yeah, I'm gonna show it next show. But it's an absolutely amazing book on music and sound. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Well, it's about to be 11:11 now. Shit, it's 11:09. It's about to be 11:11 now. But that's what he said. When Bernie Mac, he was saying mother effer is a noun, verb, adjective, all of that. And the thing about it is, when we say a word, it has different harmonics to it depending on how we say it. So it's like it's a whole different word because of the harmonics that's behind it. It even has social context behind it, the way we say it. So our words have social context. It has so much behind it. It's packed with so much. It's so layered. Our words and how we speak is so layered that when you're a part of the culture, you know it. And it's a beautiful, it's a genius thing. It's a genius thing. And like Bobby said, the only reason we don't realize how genius it is because somebody else outside didn't create it. So we don't look at ourselves as creating anything genius. We don't have that confidence, unfortunately. But fortunately, that's changing. You know, it is my opinion. I'm really thinking now, family. I might be wrong, but I'm really thinking, and I think I heard people say this before, the whole R. Kelly thing, and we all know R. Kelly was a degenerate, just like we know P. Diddy was a degenerate by now in terms of their behavior. But R. Kelly, hands down, I'll debate anybody, was the greatest R&B singer of all time. R. Kelly's music, I've never heard anything like it. Never heard an R&B star like him. Never heard music. Never. I mean, you gotta listen. The music he made. I Believe I Could Fly, The World's Greatest. Shit. Even Half on a Baby. All of that music. Wow. 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 I think it's a conspiracy to take down the top person who sings love songs. I heard Bobby say this before. I keep mentioning Bobby. I think it's a depending on what they're talking about, they gotta watch whoever's spreading the most love, like a Bob Marley. His music wasn't, like R. Kelly, but he was spreading love. Whoever has the message of love, and R. Kelly, one of his last songs before he got taken to Step in the Name of Love, like dancing, and you talking about dancing, and you providing the love frequency. Dancing is dream time. Bobby told us that dancing, that's dream time. That's straight a whole nother dimension. So instead of drilling, imagine if you dancing and you stepping in the name of love. You see how they were swirling them girls around and they was two-stepping and stepping in it. Like that dude, listen, that was some other shit he was doing. And I feel as though that, because they could take, a lot of these individuals are degenerates and they could take them down when they want. But they take them down when it suits their needs. And I just think that when you the top R&B, or if you're doing that love music and you the top dude, you got to be real careful. You got to be real careful, because you got to remember also in Kemet, most of the ancient magicians was musicians. Magician and musician goes hand in hand. And if you ever made music in the studio, you know how magical it is. There's nothing like making music in the studio. And that's when you realize magic is real. And that's why everybody does so many drugs in the studio, just to try to tap in, because you see how there's nothing you do that you witness the magic happen. Words can't explain it. You would just have to be there. And if anybody was in a studio, I know like Red, Blue was in the last studio session with me and Cambada. You see magic happen, like literally in front of your eyes. And you're like, what the hell? I Wish was a hit. Yeah. R. Kelly, I wish. Yeah, huge hit. I'm a Flirt was a hit. That was powerful. Yeah, he was somebody said Chris Brown ain't hitting like R. Kelly. Chris Brown is phenomenal, but nobody's like R. Kelly was just a whole different. R. Kelly would have a 70-year-old woman listening to his music, and because it was that worldly. But this is why you got to be careful with your behavior out here. You can have all the talent in the world and be a degenerate at the same time. You could be the most conscious person, have all the information, and be a degenerate. Look at Brother Polite. And I'm not calling him a degenerate, but, the brother was engaging in some behavior that's questionable. I wasn't there. I can't say whether he did it or not, but, it is what it is. And information don't save you from that type of behavior. So, it is what it is. But I want to, once again, before I get out of here, I want to tell everybody, if you haven't already, the most revolutionary thing that I have engaged in this year, the best gift that has come across me was these cigars. I want everybody, make sure if you haven't already, so many of you have invested, have donated. I'm building this empire. Oh, I got so many good things coming up, but I'm building this empire. And for those who donate 30 or more, you get the cigar. When you donate 30 or more, you get the cigar. So make sure you send in a donation. Get your radio cigars. These are communication devices. That's our technology. They got their technology. You see the direction they're going with computer chips and all that. We're going that direction as well, but we have our technology that comes from nature, and I don't want us to give up on it. So make sure y'all tap into the radio cigars. Magnificent testimonies. Wait till I upload the testimonies. I got so many from Vicky Dillard, Rod Hayes, Blue Pill, Red Pill, B Dell. So many of y'all that was tuned in. So make sure you donate and get you a cigar. Once again, a donation of 30 or more will get you a cigar. But they're absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely enjoy them, and they have contributed to my year being so magnificent. Somebody said where we donate. I shared the PayPal link. There's a link that I'm sharing in the chat. You click on that link, and those who donate 30 or more, depending on how much you donate, I will gift you a cigar for your donation. So, yeah, you know. Somebody said 100% children created to R. Kelly and others. I'm 65 years young. Flesh is flesh. Yeah, a lot of babies got made to R. Kelly's music. A lot of babies got made. A lot of babies got made. Yeah, a lot of babies got made. Yeah, but yeah, that's a high position to make love music and be the top person in the world making love music. That's a high position in this realm, and you got to be careful. You got to be on point. You got to be on point. You got to be on point. You know. But let me see what y'all talking about. I'm about to get out of here. Wish I had that book. I want to show y'all that book I had, but it's not in here. It's definitely not in here. Uh, yeah. Shout out to all of y'all in the chat. I appreciate all the support. Just seeing if I'm missing any questions before I get out of here. Yeah, your body's calling me, R. Kelly. Up. That double album he had. I think it was called R. I think it was called R. That was woo, man. I was young listening to this double album. I mean, woo, man. Man, talk about some music. Somebody say, yes, Radiohead, the alphabet boys know that our music proceeds our social conditions. So if they control our music, they control part of our movement. Indeed. Indeed. Professor James Small did a great show about that. He did a great show about that, about how music controls our precedes our social conditions. He did a great show about that. Oh, Trapped in the Closet. Yeah, I remember that series R. Kelly had. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Indeed, indeed. All right, so remix to Ignition. I don't which one was Ignition? I forgot how Ignition go. But once again, I'm not condoning his behavior. Like I said, he was obviously a degenerate and his behavior outside of music, but I'm not taking away his greatness. That's what they want us to do. Elvis was messing around with 14-year-olds, and they have never ever. They're not going to get rid of the impact he has had on music. Etc. Yeah, that song, etc. What you know about that, Mo? Mo, what you know about that, Mo? Mo, you might be too young for etc. 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 I know my voice is, but what you know about etc. Bo? Damn, man. I had a girl at that time. Yeah. I had a girlfriend at that time. Lived in the Bronx. I had a girlfriend that lived in the Bronx at that time. I remember. That's how. See, this is how music is a time machine. As soon as you said that, Mo, my mind went back to that time, and I remember everything happening around me at that time. So it's a time machine. It's a time machine. Somebody said, Rich, check your email. I sent the link to Wayne Chandler questions. I don't know what you're talking about, but I will check. So Devon said, don't do it, Rich. Don't sing. Oh, man. Oh, man. Best of both. Yo, it goes on and on. The hits, it goes on and on. But we taking our music back. That's the beautiful thing. We are taking our music back, and it's gonna be a renaissance, music renaissance, and it's gonna be wow. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Shout out to y'all sending in your donations for the cigars on PayPal. I got a couple of emails about people didn't get this cigar, so I'm gonna investigate that tonight. Make sure everybody I think everybody, I just gotta send out the ones that didn't go out last week. Anybody else, I'm gonna investigate it. But usually give it about two to 3 weeks. 2 weeks probably from the time you place your order. This ain't Amazon. I can't get it out the same day or the next day, but about 2 weeks generally. And it'll be, yeah, give it about, well, email me. I put my email, and I hope y'all left the right address. I know a lot of y'all got it. I've been getting a lot of amazing testimonies. Well, yeah, just hit up the email. Everybody hit up the email. Let me put it on, so on the screen. Hit up the email, and I'll look at it tonight. I'm gonna be up late tonight. Let me see if anybody hit me up on the email. Yeah, I'm gonna be up late tonight, and I'm gonna be checking out the emails, checking out. Yeah, I see some of y'all right here. Yeah, I'll be checking out the emails, checking out the tracking numbers and all of that. All right. With that being said, what Mo said? Did Mo respond? Because I didn't want my brother Mo at. Shout out to Mo. Mo dope with the AI. Mo super dope with the AI. He's a legend. Oh, okay. Mo said he'll be 44 next month. Yeah, black people, we age, you be thinking somebody like in their 20s and shit, and they be like 47 and shit. Black people, we age gracefully, the melanin. So, I thought Mo was younger than that though. Yeah, I thought Mo was younger, but Mo, yeah, you was a part of that R. Kelly era then. He was part of that R. Kelly era. All right. About to get out of here, family. I will see y'all maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Thursday. Well, maybe tomorrow, all right? But everybody have a good night. The show don't end right now. Take this with you into the dream realm, and continue to manifest your reality. What Dr. B said, travel light. What he said, travel light, all that luggage ain't yours. You know what I'm saying? But I see y'all probably tomorrow, family.